gosh, it's like impossibly small. This is like, this will fit my puppy's feet. Look at this. This is actually smaller than my hand. I feel like a giant. Hey, it's Josephine from the Pointe shop. I'm at Colorado Ballet right now, and I'm with Dana Benton, who is a principal at Colorado Ballet, and she's been here for 18 seasons. That's pretty incredible. We're gonna talk about her pointe shoes and what she does to them, what kind of pointe shoes she wears, and how that can help you.
Well, I'm wearing Freed Classics wine glass, and they're custom fit for me just recently. They're XXX, because I have nice wide feet with bunions. Deep vamp, wing block, all that to kind of keep them nice and hard as long as possible. They also put in my shank an extra layer of glue so that they last a little bit longer, as well as in the tip.
This is a pretty hard Freed. So you usually kill the shoes at the box first. So this is different with a lot of dancers. Some dancers will break it in the shank and some dancers will break it in the box. But it seems like from all of your customs that you're pretty hard on your shoes.
Yes.
You can either get a tilted platform or you can get a flat platform. So one of Dana's customs is to get it 90 degrees. There's also a version of Freeds called a 90, like a Classic Pro 90. That just means that it comes already flat. So, okay. So
just
wing
so it
blocks,
doesn't pitch me too far forward.
Exactly. Yeah, because that's where you don't want to kill it too fast. So the deep vamp wing blocks just means that there's a lot more glue here.
Yes.
And then you get extra glue in the shank. So everything's just nice and hard and stable.
My regular shoe size ranges from between a 1.5 to 2 in kids. And these are 1.5s. So
teeny tiny.
Very small. Very small feet. That's why they needed to be made for me.
Yes, because normally it's really hard to get a really small shoe that's really hard. So they probably are like, who is this person?
Like, oh, you're a principal? You're not a kid?
You're not a child in these really rock hard tiny shoes. Okay, so let's talk about the things that you do to your pointe shoes.
Okay.
So there's a brand new pair here.
Yes.
And then
so actually in my real customs, I have elastic drawstring. That's why they look a little bit different here. But I sew elastics in a crisscross on the outside and the back, because if I put them on the inside, they tend to rub my heels and create blisters.
Yes, and that's another great tip, because a lot of dancers that wear their shoes really tight because it's nice and easy to control. If you wear the elastic on the inside, it's nice and clean, so some people like that, but also it can give you extra rub. So if that happens to you, if you get a lot of blisters around your elastic, do what Dana does and put it on the outside.
Yeah. Also, because I wear a lot of rosin on my heel, so with the extra rubbing, it's not good.
Yes, we don't want that.
So then I do a crisscross, and I attach actually my ribbon and elastic together in the front part here. And angle it back so when I pull it over my foot, there's no gap in the ribbon.
So this is regular ribbon. So with stretchy ribbon, you don't really have to pitch it forward or back because it's stretchy, so there's no bunching anyway. I'm guessing you just need more support, so you like the regular ribbon better.
Yeah.
So with the regular ribbon, because it can bunch, you do what Dana does, and then you can just kind of angle it back so it has less chance of it bunching.
Yeah. Also, I would sew the elastic and ribbon on before you pull the drawstring. Otherwise, this is a little hard to sew around and you could get the drawstring stuck.
That's right. That's a good point.
I also darn around the top quite a few times. I actually do a double string like this. So it ends up being 4 strings all at once that go through to make it thicker and faster.
Yes.
Darning takes forever, and the amount of times you have to do it during a week even just goes quicker with more string. And just go around quite a bit of times, and then I also wear them a few times, maybe just once or twice without the jet glue, and then after I've kind of got it molded to my foot, I jet glue around on the inside, but around this area, and then
On the seams.
Yeah, on the seams, and then all the way in here and at the back.
A lot of the customs that you do, it's to make the shoes last a long time.
Yes.
I know a lot of the dancers, when they get their shoes, they're breaking them, they're making them softer, but you're doing the opposite of a lot of dancers. You're like, I need to make this as hard as possible. I'm gonna make it into a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like mold the bottom down a little bit to make this a little bit more flexy, but I always feel the frieds mold so fast anyways. I just need a little extra so they can last a little bit longer.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you like about these frieds?
So they mold really nicely to my foot. When I'm jumping, they're pointing as well. Also, they are so light, which makes jumping and using your feet much easier than trying to go through a hard shoe. And they also put something in here so the shank isn't as wobbly as like a regular fried would feel. So I don't know exactly what they did, but it's
Like flatter.
It's flatter.
So that's another thing that you might notice. If you're a dancer that's just going on point, you might find that even when you're on flat, when you're in point shoes, it's really hard to kind of balance. So that's something that's really good to know. You can actually get a custom that shaves it down a little bit so it's flat on the floor. So all of the just standing on flat was a lot easier instead of that like boat back and forth feeling.
Yeah. And then I just mush a little bit like around the bunion area and a little bit up here, just so that my demi point doesn't feel like it's digging into my
Right.
metatarsals.
So you redarn your point shoes every time you have rehearsals.
Yeah, maybe 1 to 2 rehearsals later I'll return.
And do you think that's to help you find center better, or is that to like make it last longer?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
So if you have problems with your shoes dying too fast, or at least at the box, darning is a really good tip. And also if you redarn it. So how many times did you darn this?
8 times.
Wow. See, you can do that. You can keep doing it to make it last longer. And how long do these last you typically?
Actually, this pair's been really good. Actually, a couple months.
Wow.
I've been wearing other shoes in between to make them last as long as possible.
In the ballerina world, that is forever. 2 months is forever, so that's pretty good. Do you do anything to the fabric? Is it lower in any way?
Oh, yeah, I think that she did lower it a little bit.
Yes, because I mean, Dana doesn't have a lot of, there's not a lot of feet. There's not a lot of feet going on. She's a size 2. So there's not a lot of feet. So you want to show off the feet as much as possible. So cutting down the side is always, it's kind of a favorite with a lot of ballerinas because you want to show off the feet more than the shoes. So, but did you keep the heel just as high?
I think I did.
Yes, so we kept the heel and then we cut down the side so it kind of like shows off the feet a little bit more. And then you darn it so that you can make the box last a little longer. You jet glue after a couple times. So some dancers like to put their jet glue on at the very beginning. This is what I usually recommend for dancers that are in training. And some dancers know that after a couple wears, putting the jet glue on then works the best for them. So that's what she does.